Good Evil Chronicles, created by Anthony Cashman. Life lives on with or without human beings, such is the dilemma of a middle-aged generation, to the impaired foresight of a ghastly creature to the likes of Dargos. Demons are no lesser. These lost dwellers resonate only to the sins coming by and aloft their own past livelihoods. As for those rooted deeply within the blood and carcass of the devil himself, should no trauma cease to envelop. Then there were the more so dynamic civilized beings, so to speak, who cannot determine what lies by the quantum portrayal of the so-called aliens and their biological counterparts, but we can most certainly depict these behind a more relishing couplet aside that of far-out stains. For this reason alone, we therein have ghosts and their embodied captivations as clockworks. Crab's soul belongs to the great centuries prior heroine reeling the Diagnoseer. After her ghastly rare breed dogless squire, and therefore equivalent knighthood servant, known as Ithiak the Incubator Ghost, went awry and countered her victorious streak to an end. He was forced into the depths of the endless void known as space, where he presumably could no longer inhibit another glorious act ever again. Ithiak, I'm going to try to speak a little slower, grew bitter with contempt of his shortcoming demise, and renounced his continued reign as Lord Scancel's prime, having reproduced his rare dogless specimen into his newer surroundings. Eons have passed since the existing dimensions were subject to the likes of any further anomalies to such a ponderous extent, if neutral status remained, that is. Crab lives on. One of the best redesigns, practice or therein otherwise. This is one of the best redesigns of Crab and Dog I have ever drawn. And I didn't even practice for this. I sketched this. I kind of cheated with the sketching because this is actually using the sketching as the drawing itself. Like for Crab's gears, it's just reconfigured lines. Dog's feet and head are more polygonal than anything because they're not even trying to be slick. But they were in previous designs as you've seen. This is so fantastic. I had this as my Twitter banner for like a half a week. I kid you not, this made me proud. When I never go on life for one thing, that gets too deep, but take it as you may. But it's drawings like this that keep me going and keep me motivated, whether it's deep or not, in the spectrum of my whole life story for that matter. I don't think I've been that grateful about my drawing skills, or grateful about my storyline and storytelling, writing skills, per se. I'm not gonna cry. I'm so happy that I can do stuff like this. I really am. I don't think that this is something that I should take for granted too much, because I'm not narcissistic, but I do tend to be selfish and very stubborn indeed. I'm hopefully going to be able to change all that in the coming weeks or even months or years to come as I go on with this kind of inhibition. I think not inhibiting itself. I'm so glad I can do something for so much. Hold on. I can let those 2 more minutes. Just Crab and Dog. We've got a 21 occult rune equipped page on this sketchbook with my cursive first nickname and last name put in as a final touch. To maximize the size and capacity of this page, I have it all full size, and that I'm hoping will be the automatic thumbnail. If not something more efficient, like me showing an actual page instead of looking at the sketchbook. Actually, that would be good. How about this? If I hold this, nah, I can't cheat. I'm not gonna cheat the system. Have this page open on front of the cam for the webcam for the longest time and see if it uses that as a thumbnail. It will only focus on figures that are centered into the video. So especially facial recognition, it does that for YouTube. If you have a figure that can be centered on R2, then it will center on those for the automatic thumbnail. If you don't have anything like that, it'll try to find a clue of a centralized figure. not decentralized. Nah, mine not side joke or inside joke. It's relevant to free speech or blockchain or cryptocurrency, I guess. But yeah, I could actually explain these runes as I go along. We've got personal responsibility. I don't need to show this, but there's 21 runes. If you don't know which ones they are, at least for the first half, or maybe the first quarter for that matter, first third, that is. We've got personal responsibility, invigorating templates, drunkard's walk, landmine lilat, keep it simple stupid, gain arrow. I believe this is Hypnostic Hubris is this one, because this one is actually searchable mannerism. We've got Stone Skipper. We've got Ultimate Epiphany. We have a few unnamed ones, but I just named this one Proficient Zeal, as I see on the script over here. I named this one Drear Quarrel at the very end. This one should be Rally Ricochet. I didn't name this one. This is Archnaut eventually. It was one of the newest ones, especially because this one's just a Star David riff-off, because I just put it sideways. I was experimenting at the last second to make sure I could make a 21 on the fifth page. I said that a little too fast. My point is, not all these runes are confirmed, and to make things more simpler, just appreciate the art behind them, and maybe look into the deeper meanings of my insight as it comes to these runes. Now, I've had this nitpick with J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter where I didn't like the sequencing. There are plenty of artists that do that, and not even just novelists and writers, but I've seen plenty of artists do this thing where I'm too insightful. I know this where they have too much space. They make everything too sequencing. With just web art, I'm like, why did you make it so that I can see everything? Why can't it be some cover-ups? How do I know how to say this? I know this is with writing and storytelling because I notice when you have one thing after the other, as if you're lucky and charming as crap. No. It's okay to have multiple things happen at the same time. If even just once in the entire book, I'll be cheering. Because that is when I know that you're good at writing. Because if you can convey that through writing, or even a screenplay, that is good writing. You can't just have, oh, the Dementors are here, and then suddenly you're fighting Voldemort, but only after you're done with the Dementors. That doesn't get with me. I know it's good for children to read that, so that they don't get confused, but maybe I'm just a little too niche for this. I don't like writing that takes an easy route or a shortcut, in my opinion, where you just have this luck of just having everything come and go as it pleases, whether you're screwed as a hero or heroine, or you're downright lucky as a hero or heroine. What I'm conveying. But yeah, the thing is, my channel niche has to center on storyline. I don't care how many times I ignore storyline on TED Talks, or screenplays, or comics, or noveling, or light novels, or visual novels, or even just any cartooning in particular. I have to center on storyline, because if I don't do that, I'm going to be ignoring one of the biggest parts of my insight, which is the way I pursue my beliefs through occult meaning, which is relevant enough to make a storyline. Not everything I do is storyline and is occult meaning, but there is quite a bit of it that has a lot of seeing the world differently and otherwise just being a very good person of character, not to mention my insight again. Not so much I'll push that, but there you go.